Brakes on this car heated up, and the question is why. We're going to go through some of those reasons. This rotor should spin freely, and as you can see, it barely moves. From a visual inspection, this guide pin is not retracting. This one is very loose. Use a screwdriver to retract the piston on the caliper a little bit. Now I can spin the rotor with my hand. It's a lot easier. Let's take a look at these guide pins, especially the bottom one. Swing this caliper out of the way. This top guide pin moves, it's a little stiff. Bottom guide pin doesn't even move at all. Even if I put a wrench on it, it is frozen. See, this top pin spins no problem, but this bottom one doesn't move at all. It's locked. With a little force, I can get this to move now. This pin should just glide out. If I push on it, it's not moving. Even if I tap on it, you can see it's not moving. The guide pin is not supposed to be stuck like this. It's supposed to pull out like this one. You can see the difference. This is the top one, and this is the one that was really frozen up and stuck in there. Pop off these rubber pieces and clean inside here as well. You can see inside that hole, pretty rusty. Clean these up on a wire wheel and polish them to a mirror finish on this buffer. You can see this one's clean, but it's pitted. See, the top one was not pitted, but we'll go ahead and clean this top one up as well. A little bit of pitting, but not in the slide area. We'll clean up some of these pits with some sandpaper. These pits are pretty deep. This would be a good time to start thinking about a new guide pin. I'm going to polish this one up to chrome, but next time I replace the pads, there's going to be a new guide pin going in. This is the pin that's all shined up, and you can still see there's a lot of pits. Here's the top one that's not pitted. Clean these holes out really good. With everything all cleaned up, we'll put some silicone grease on this pin. Now the pin slides like it should. Clean up these rubber pieces with silicone grease as well. The silicone grease does not break down rubber. A lot of greases will. Make sure these rubber pieces are supple and there's no cracks. If there's cracks, you're going to have these pins seize up, so just check really carefully. Pins move very smooth now, so we'll push them back into the rubber. Every time you put pads on a car, you need to make sure these are clean and greased. You can see how easy it is to have these things seize up. Push the piston in on this caliper and see how it moves. It's got to move smooth. If it doesn't, we'll need to clean it up or put a new caliper on or rebuild the caliper. The caliper does feel nice and smooth. See how easy it goes in? Just a little bit of a turn and it just backs right up. Make sure your brake pads move nice and smooth. Make sure you clean out these tracks and put a little bit of grease in the tracks. The reason why this rotor was seized was because of these guide pins, not the caliper this time. I'll put this together, get some new guide pins, some new pads, and I'll get some new rotors. Now you can see everything moves nice and even and smooth. There's three basic things that can cause a seized rotor. This caliper piston can get seized in there. These guide pins can seize like you saw. This rubber hose can also cause a blockage inside and cause the fluid not to be able to go into the caliper. Because we compress the cylinder in a caliper, we'll need to press the brake a few times. For a test drive, I feel the wheel, everything's back to normal. Next time you have a rotor seize up, here's a couple things to look for.